How to generate real estate clients for free using Facebook Marketplace and other great strategies for using Messenger to get more clients. That is our topic for today's Free Coaching Friday. We'll get started in just a minute, but if you'd like a free guest pass to join us live for one of our daily coaching sessions, just get back to whoever sent you this video or check out the information that you'll find below. Without further ado, let's check out how you can generate free clients using Facebook Marketplace. All right. The next topic I wanted to dig into was from our guy, Greg, in Cincinnati. Now, he's not on here today, but I don't think he is anyway. But I thought it was a good topic. And then I can point him to this. So the first question he asked was, I was looking at the Marketplace module, the Marketplace Madness module in Teachable, and I'll show that in a minute here. Question was, is this still a good source like the classified in rentals? And then some follow-up questions or additional questions that he had sent this morning is, it was in a separate email. On the Marketplace, oh, come on. Here we go. On the Marketplace, what is the timing / sequence strategy for post? One a day, several, same ad each time, or mix it up somehow? Also, how does Marketplace work geographically? Are you hitting all parts of town or a radius around the entered address? How do you target other areas if it is limited? So, I thought I'd spend some time talking about that because I do think it is still a useful and viable option. Well, let me do this first. I want to show where you can find that module. And I also think there is some applications, or there are some applications of the process that we have outlined beyond just that one specific example. So the tile looks like this. It's this one here, Marketplace Madness. And for those of you who don't even know what that means or what that is, basically, Facebook Marketplace is Facebook's version of Craigslist. And you can post things, including real estate for sale or real estate services, and it's free. You have to maybe be careful with how aggressive you do it, because I've been kicked off of Marketplace. I can't post on there anymore. But I've also closed several transactions thanks to the platform and using it. And the process or the intent. So if you look at it from a bigger picture, a meta picture of it, the concept behind that training is just to get some conversations going with potential home buyers. It's not a really viable option on the home seller side. Okay. And you know why it works and so effective is people are sending you a Facebook message, and Facebook message is as close to texting as there is. Like most people, you know, the response rate on Facebook Messenger is close to that of text messaging. I don't think it's quite as high, but it's pretty close. So all Marketplace is a channel to create some more conversations. It is a numbers game. You have to sift and sort through, you know, a lot of conversations to find one that's viable, but it certainly can work. And we've got outlined in that tile example ads or posts and an entire flow of questioning. And that's where there is some additional benefit as well. You can see a flow of how to ask questions in a way that will get you more information, keep a conversation going to the point where the only logical conclusion is, and the way we had handled these is similar to if we're having a text conversation with a potential buyer. You're clarifying what they're looking for, their time frame, and are they pre-qualified? And when we get to that point, if they need a lender, that's when we're sending them to a lender. And I've had many come back where we have these conversations, we send them to a lender, and they come back when they're pre-qualified, and then we go and find them a house. That process also works great as a Facebook ad, just creating a post. And Mike, do we have, I'm trying to think of where that example would be of the, basically the stop paying rent ad. We'll figure that out and point that out, but that's and I can even pull that up if people are, if you're curious. I haven't run that ad in quite some time, but it's a great ad, and you can set up an ad in Facebook where the objective is to start for them to start a Facebook message. And the nice thing there is you can automate some of that. The drawback to Marketplace is it's manual, and it happens on your personal Facebook Messenger. You cannot, well, I don't know. Towards the end, before they kicked me off, I was able to have some of it happening through my business page. So I think maybe you can have that happen there. To answer some of Greg's other questions as well, I have to find the dang, there it is. Timing, sequence, strategy for posts. So timing and sequence and strategy, etc. So he said 1 a day, several. I think really that just comes down to testing and trying and seeing what works and doesn't work in your market, and how many conversations like these do you want to be having. I mean, we had there were several posts that we created that had hundreds of conversations, hundreds of now that's over time, because you can create one post and continue to, I think I forget however many days, but however many days you can refresh the post. You can repost it or whatever. So you can create a post one time, and they'll let you, at least, again, before I lost my privileges, they would let you repost like 7 times or 10 times or something like that. You can also include geographic areas. And so you can create them for different pockets of your market. And you can also, should also include, if you want to target Mechanicsburg, PA, put that in the actual text with the post as well. Because Facebook, I mean, they're listening and reading everything, so that, it can't hurt anything. What was Greg and Howard, I'll get to your question in a minute. Same ad each time or mix it up somehow. I would definitely do a variety, Greg. And are you hitting all parts of town? How do you target other areas if it is limited? Yeah, again, you can play with all of that. And I think, in that Marketplace Madness module, there is plenty of information there. Why did I get kicked off? Well, it's hard to say for sure, but I know that what I was doing was not exactly within their terms of service. In other words, if you're posting real estate for sale, they want it to be an actual property for sale. And a lot of the posts that I was making were like, are you thinking about buying a house in Harrisburg? Send us a message for more information about special financing programs available right now in Harrisburg. So we weren't posting actual properties. The reason being is real estate for sale. And we did that on rentals too. So we'd say, we'd post a rental and say, are you sick of renting? If you're paying $1,200 or more in rent, ask us how, click the button below to ask me how we can help you buy for the same amount you're paying in rent. So we were doing things like that clearly Facebook didn't like. You can post those types of things. It's within their terms of service to post them under services. It's just that those don't get nearly as much activity. But the exact same strategy works if you pay Facebook, money, you can make that same post or create an ad with that same messaging on your page and pay for conversations. Basically, you're just paying for message conversations. And so it is a wonderful way to create lots of conversation opportunities. For new agents like Wesley, I don't know if Wesley is on here, but that would be wonderful for him to do. If for no other reason, it will sharpen his communication skills. He will be forced to get, better at communicating in the way that most of the world is communicating now, which is by texting or messaging. So all of that, there's value in that. If you're already busy and you're looking for ways to leverage yourself, I would not recommend the free marketplace madness strategy, because it's hard to outsource. It's going to be a lot of sifting and sorting. And, there are probably better ways for you to invest your time, money, and energy. Those are my 2 cents. If anybody has anything to add to that conversation or questions along those lines, fire away.
I do have a question. What's the difference between the marketplace madness tile and the organic onslaught?
Okay, great question. Marketplace madness is specifically using Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
And that's a separate, even on your phone, that's like a separate, it's like a little, I don't know, it looks like a little storefront, right? That's a completely different. Organic onslaught is the process of posting to your page and then sharing into groups. Also a free strategy, also a great way to generate leads. What works best with that strategy, though, is not creating conversations, which is what happens on Marketplace, where if someone's interested, they send a Facebook message. Because you can't put, you can put links in your Facebook, in your Marketplace ads, but they don't hyperlink. They're just dry links, let's say. The organic onslaught, what works well there is to create a post. Well, I'll pull up an example as I'm talking through here. You create a post, for example, you create an IDX squeeze page post with KV Core. And I think the most recent example that I'll be able to pull up was a list of homes available in Cumberland County with 1 or more acres, 1+ acres, homes with land. And then you can share that post into groups, which is a free, that's a free way to get eyeballs, to get people engaging with your KV Core, and a certain percentage of them will opt in. So this is an example. You could also directly post that into groups. In other words, you don't have to post it on your page and then go and post it in your, share it into groups. You can just go into groups and post this. Now, you're going to offend some people in the groups. You're going to get some people that get annoyed and so forth. But if you are a new or newer agent, or you're just looking for any, you're bootstrapping it right now, right? So you're looking for as many free and low cost ways to create some activity, to build your KV Core database, etc. It is a strategy that works. Step 1 for that would be you need to go and find a bunch of local groups to join. And you just go to Facebook and you go in their search bar and you search for, you can pull up your city or your city or even county. And so if you just search Mechanicsburg, PA, you do a Facebook search, and then once the results come back, you click on groups. And this normally would respond a little bit. It's not too slow. But you can see here, you can join groups. Now, some groups will ask you questions. That one didn't. Some will just let you write in. Most of them have terms of service, that and answer 3. Here's an example of one that has membership questions. Anyway, hope that helps for James' question. And was it Harry who was? Oh no, was somebody sharing a follow-up, or I thought somebody was trying to?
Mike,
I just have a question. When
Yeah,
you were talking about the marketplace, and you said, as opposed to doing it for free, you can run ads. Is that like you run an ad in marketplace, or that it's just a regular Facebook ad?
It's a regular Facebook ad. But let me see here.
Josh, I emailed you links to those ads.
Yeah, for some reason they're not. Maybe my Gmail's just being slow. It would not be. Oh, okay, here they are. So let me open them first, and then let me share my screen. They're just an ad. They're not, you can run ads with only marketplace as the placement option, but I don't know that it's worth that. To run an ad like this, if it will ever load for us here, when you choose the objective of having someone send a message, it'll narrow down the placement options for you. Now this is old. This is from like 2020. So if and when we run this again, I'll update this. I'll probably change the minimum credit score and the minimum what they're paying per month. And this works now because we could even make this text larger, because Facebook removed that 20% text limitation. For many years, if the image you were using for an ad if there was more than 20% of the image was text, it would limit, sometimes it wouldn't run it at all, or it would limited run. That doesn't seem to be, like, they've removed that restriction. But you can see here, there are 79 comments. And that's not even what I'm telling them to do. I could have punched this up with emojis and so forth. And I want to reiterate, one of the benefits of doing it this way, although you are spending money for it, you can automate some of the conversation, or most of the conversation, of collecting information from the person that clicks the send message button. You can also, with ManyChat, Mike, with ManyChat, anyone that commented, it could send them a message, right? I think.
Yeah, I think you can. I think there's a toggle in there where you can do like only first comment, and then I think if you uncheck that, it would send a message to anybody that comments.
Yeah. And if this is something of interest and of value, later this week, either on a huddle or standalone, I can shoot an updated version, because I've been meaning kind of to test it anyway, because it's one of those things that when I go back and look at what worked, it worked. Now, you're definitely going to, obviously that is, we talk a lot about how one of the best ways to generate sellers is a strategic buyer campaign. This one's not going to work for that, right? You're specifically talking to the rental market. And I don't remember if we've come up with something valid that works on that, but you can set up you could use that strategy to deliver a list of luxury homes or to deliver a list of luxury homes, or the February luxury home price report. You can, instead of telling someone to click the learn more button below, right, and use a lead ad, you could tell them to send message, and you can set it up so that they automatically get that thing via Messenger. Why would you do that? Again, the purpose would be they're directly in a Messenger conversation with you then. And so, you can follow up with them, and a certain percentage of them will engage and will have a conversation with you. I hope you really enjoyed and got a ton of value out of that free coaching session. Not only that, more importantly, I hope you have some things that you are going to now implement and take action on, just like Wesley did, because when you take action, good things happen. Now, if you'd like more information about how you can get free ongoing coaching, training, consulting, and mentorship from myself and my organization, or if you'd like an invitation, a guest pass to come join us on one of our daily huddles, like you saw in the video, just get back to the person that invited you here, or check out more information below. Thanks for checking this out. Hopefully